Amazon's recent alterations to its fee structure have left many sellers feeling the pinch, with some likening the changes to a kick in the gut. The e-commerce giant implemented modifications earlier this year, transferring more of its operational expenses onto the shoulders of small businesses, which constitute the majority of sellers on the platform. Compounding the issue for merchants, consumer behavior has shifted towards lower-priced items. According to a report released by Adobe Incorporated on Thursday, American consumers have increasingly opted for the most economical products across various categories in the first 4 months of the year. This trend makes it challenging for sellers to pass on price increases to customers, resulting in online merchants struggling to maintain profitability. Duncan Freer, a seller of weighted blankets and sleep masks on Amazon, anticipates a significant decline in his profit margin from 20% to 8% due to the new fees. One such fee, introduced in March, imposes a levy on shipments sent to Amazon's fulfillment centers. Freer highlighted that the cost of shipping 2 pallets of his products to Amazon will exceed $800, marking a 4-fold increase from October. While Amazon reduced the cost of fulfilling each customer order, Freer noted that it only partially offsets the impact of the new fees. Expressing his frustration, Freer, whose annual sales on the platform amount to approximately $500,000, stated, "Amazon just keeps grabbing more and more. It's like a kick in the gut." In response to criticisms, Amazon stated that the new fees aim to reflect the company's distribution costs across the United States, facilitating faster delivery times, thereby boosting overall sales for online merchants. The company emphasized that some fees have actually decreased. For instance, in January, Amazon reduced commissions for sellers of low-cost apparel, which was interpreted as a move to counter competition from Chinese fast fashion startup Shein. Mira Dix, a spokesperson for Amazon, stated in an email that when the new fee changes were announced in December, the company estimated that sellers would see an average increase of 15 cents per unit sold, significantly lower than increases announced by other fulfillment service providers. Dix added that as sellers adapt to these changes, the actual impact is even lower, with many experiencing a decrease in the average fees paid to Amazon. Despite Amazon's explanations, many merchants argue that the company primarily benefits from the higher fees, a sentiment reflected in its earnings. Revenue from seller services, including the fulfillment by Amazon logistics operation, has consistently outpaced fulfillment expenses over the past 7 quarters. In the period ending March 30th, Amazon seller services revenue reached $34.6 billion, a 36.5% increase from 2 years prior, while fulfillment costs were $22.3 billion, growing at a slower rate. In its recent earnings report, Amazon's cloud computing division's robust performance overshadowed the escalating tension between the company and its sellers. Amazon Web Services contributed over 60% of the company's operating income in the first quarter, despite accounting for less than 20% of its revenue. However, sales in the core e-commerce business grew at a slower pace than the number of units sold, indicating that consumers are becoming more budget-conscious. Amazon's marketplace model allows the company to continue growing amid this slowdown by charging fees for advertising and logistics. Antonio Bindi, a Brazilian businessman selling home storage and kitchen products on Amazon for 5 years, expressed concerns about the increasingly complex fee structure. He particularly highlighted a new levy introduced in April, which charges sellers when their inventory runs low, on top of existing storage fees that escalate with slow-selling inventory. Bindi stated that the complexity is overwhelming for his 20-person team, leading him to reduce his product catalog to simplify operations. Neil Ayton, a seller from San Francisco offering golf yardage books, yoga gear, and pickleball equipment, shared his challenges with the fee changes. Ayton noticed a reduction in the size limit for one of his popular products earlier this year, resulting in increased shipping costs and decreased profitability. Despite efforts to mitigate losses, including trimming products, Ayton plans to wind down his Amazon business, citing unpredictability as a significant concern. "Amazon kind of teases you," Ayton remarked. "It's great when it's working nicely, but you never know what surprise is coming tomorrow."